Hello and welcome back to Broken Sword. In the last episode, we ended up talking to an old cougar. It's more like a... it's like an old man. That's all I can see, an old man. In drag. Tell us more about yourself.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday.
Oh.
I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
That was good.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear.
Mm.
It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. The wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Oh, what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hempstead. That was until last night.
Oh.
What happened to you last night?
Don't.
I was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
No.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight. Romantic music tinkling across the room. And then, a stranger's glance.
Uh-huh.
Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Right.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections.
Oh, asshole.
And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Oh, cool.
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Merlin. Have you seen this guy?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Look at this photograph.
God, it's him. That's Merlin.
Oh.
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no. Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who spurned me.
Ooh. Go on about this asshole.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked.
As in Khan.
Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman. A man of honor.
A Medal of Honor?
I'd rather like to
Nah, that
assist
isn't
you in
even funny.
stitching him up.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago.
Oh.
He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie.
Oh.
Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantow's briefcase.
Go on.
Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would.
Let's see. Let's talk about douchebags.
Did you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
Oh,
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and bulges in their pockets. That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
yeah, that was a complete, total... How about this nose?
Do you know what this is?
At a guess, I'd say it was a clown's nose.
Spot on.
That's right. It was worn as a disguise by a vicious killer.
Ah, Mr. Merlin, perchance.
That's him.
How about this tissue?
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
I'm no shrinking violet, but that object makes me feel quite queasy.
Agreed. Alright, I'll talk to you later. There's a phone right here. Oh, let's go upstairs. Second door on the right.
If the tailor's description was correct, this was the killer's room. The sign on the door read 22.
22.
The sign on the door...
No.
The door was locked.
Well, shit. Well, let's look over here.
The sign on the door read 21.
Uh-huh.
The door was locked.
Well, cock. Oh, hey.
The clerk wore a disdainful expression, like he'd been born with it.
Hmm. Ooh, there's a key right there.
It was the register of guests staying at the hotel. There was no one registered under the name of Khan, but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin.
Mm-hmm. That's our guy.
The clerk wore a disdainful expression.
Oh, wait, okay.
I want some information.
Who are you? The police?
I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
Let's show him the picture first.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
What name?
I cannot tell you that.
It's Merlin, isn't it? Alias Khan, the clown.
I told you, I cannot tell you that.
Well, I gotta respect this guy in his position.
Do you have a guest by the name of Khan?
No, monsieur. Perhaps you would care to check the register.
I already did.
Alors, you know I am telling the truth. May Saint Armand strike me down if I lie.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me, so... Let's see... Let's ask about... Well, let's ask him about him again.
The man who calls himself Khan has a scar on his right cheek.
Vraiment? I tell you, I do not know a man named Khan.
Maybe not, but I noticed a change in his expression when I mentioned the scar.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
Sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional identification.
Well, actually,
Rats.
his form of identification is quite traditional. Like, the one that you want is more contemporary and modern. But I know exactly what you mean, and I completely... This guy is doing his job right. But it's just making our job a lot harder. Let's ask about the stupid thing first.
I'm looking for a man who dresses like a clown.
This is a highly respectable hotel, monsieur. There are no clowns here.
If you say so.
Yeah, it's quite... okay, fine. Now, here's the lesser of the two stupids.
Do you know a man named Plantar?
No, monsieur.
Oh, that was quite painless. I don't think anything here is going to help me. Well...
Hanging from a brass hook was a key and a plastic tag.
I'm probably going to have to distract him with something to get that key. Well, Englishman over here. Well, not Englishman, Eastern European, and English woman. That's what I meant. This guy is not English. Let's talk to her
Hi,
again.
ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Did I show you this photograph?
Yes, darling.
Oh, well, okay, fine. Let's talk to this guy, see if we can cause some kind of distraction.
Hello again. This is a photo of Khan, right?
That is just one of the names by which he is known.
What other names is he known by? Okay, fine.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
So I can't do anything. Well, let's try taking it.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Just as I expected.
What?
You are trying to steal that key, no?
No way.
Well, maybe that's what I had to do. Because I remember this part. Now let's talk to her, see if she comes up. Because she's going to cause a distraction
ma'am.
for us.
Hello.
Oh, shit.
I just couldn't.
Yeah, right. Okay, fine. Is there anything else we could do? Maybe I'm missing something. There's nothing else? Maybe we talk to him again.
What now?
About the key hanging on the hook over there.
Oui, monsieur.
Which room is it for?
Number 21.
Is that room taken?
No. The guests checked out this morning.
Ah,
I'd like to check into room 21.
That is not possible.
How come? You said it was vacant.
It is reserved for another guest.
shit.
Rats.
No, monsieur. Dutch.
Oh, let's talk about this guy one more time.
I believe Khan, the man with the scar, is also known as Merlin, the man who has taken room 22.
What of it? What do you want?
Access to his room.
Do you have a license, monsieur?
Huh?
A private investigator's license?
Well, not exactly, but I can explain everything.
I am sorry, but without credentials, I cannot help.
Exactly.
I insist you give me the key to Merlin's room.
I cannot do that, monsieur.
This guy Merlin is a menace.
So you say, monsieur.
No.
He's not only a danger to society, but to your guests as well. He has toyed with the affections of Lady Piermont.
Ciel! Are there no depths to which he will not sink?
Precisely.
But this guy is doing his job, and he's doing it well. I actually think we're the assholes here.
He's already killed once, twice, maybe as many as 3 times.
Confirmed.
With your help, I just might be able to stop him.
But what if he finds out I have helped you? No, I cannot do it.
Exactly. I mean, like, this guy's completely right. He may like seem like an asshole, but he's doing his job and he's doing it right. I respect him. Just imagine if you were at a hotel and some douchebag was asking questions about you.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
There we go.
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
Oh, no. It's the key to an empty room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room? Do you plan to squat?
No, ma'am.
Scouts honor?
I was never in the Boy Scouts, ma'am.
Oh, you should have been. What were your parents thinking of? It's a fine way for a boy to get licked into shape. Now tell me,
God, that
why do you
sick.
want to get into that room?
It's next to the room the killer is using.
Ah, so you plan to eavesdrop on Merlin?
I was hoping there might be a connecting door.
Well, how can I refuse? I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case.
No,
but
you're
a
absolutely
good dose
right.
of English arrogance might do the trick.
That's what I was hoping for.
I say, you there, flunky.
Oh,
Oui,
jeez.
madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Why?
Over to you, my dear.
Yoink. Get out of there. Okay.
The sign on the door read 21.
Okay, let's get in. Oh, right.
door-
I have to unlock it first.
It was a key ring bearing one large brass key and a tag which read Hotel Ubu.
Okay, fine. Let's use it.
Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Alright, what do we got in here?
It was a massive mahogany wardrobe.
Alright, well, looking at the time, we'll explore this room when we get into the next episode. So, see you then. Bye!